Today, DOM CORLEO X Destroy Lonely type beat. Very easy type beat. Let's keep this tutorial nice and sweet and short. Okay, so let's start off with the melody. This track is frozen. Okay, so I went into Analog Lab, 80s Dark Electro. It's like an arpeggiator. I just pressed in the C notes. A whole chord progression, everything. You can do this with any plugin like Expand, Omnisphere, go into arpeggiate, melodic sequences, just shit like that, and find the instruments that already do this from themselves and then build off from that. Then I have this second track which I reversed that same melody and also pitched it 12 semitones up. Then we also have this arcade bank I played in, which is a new bank. It's called Future Perfect. Just make sure to filter out that you only get the vocals. I use the Half Sauce, Half Soft bank. The effects, I brought these ones down, as you can see, and the Mega Mod and the Slambians. I brought that all the way up to make this shit sound like this. As you can hear at the end, there's a riser too to, I just didn't want to use a riser from my own packs because I use the same risers over and over. It's kind of hard for me to find a riser that I like. So I just went and used this riser that's included in these new arcade banks. I like it. It was a good riser, no cap. Now let's get into the drums. So I'll start off with its typical Yeet takeover 808. Then I used the second 808 because the Yeet 808 is kind of hard on the ears. So I just said, like, you know what? I'll slap in a much harder 808. But it's exactly the same pattern though. I just went with a general clap. Then I went ahead and slapped a snare on there to give it some extra bounce and extra rhythm. With the heads, I did something quite extraordinary because I took 3 different hi-hat sounds, I slapped them into 3 different tracks, and then I did like this really intricate thing where I would let every hi-hat play a different part of the measure. So for instance, the first hi-hat we start off with is this really simple rhythm, which is also quite typical for the Yeet producers. So that's the first hi-hat, sounds quite perky. Then we have the second hi-hat, which is just following. Quite messy hi-hat. Then now we have the last hat, which is doing the 3rd and 4th measure of every bar. Really simple, and just like a couple of rolls to make it sound a little bit more tasty. First hi-hat is panned to the left, the second one is panned to the right, and the 3rd and the 4th are in the center, which makes it like... And that way it keeps everything moving and interesting. Let's hear that together in context with the snares and the claps and stuff. I also added a really simple open head sound, sounds like this. Real simple. Now let's listen to everything in context with each other. Or nay, I also have this bell. Now let's listen to every drum sound in context with each other. I also added a little bit to I also added a little bit more of delay to the bells to make, it's just a little bit too much delay, but to make it more interesting. And I also put it in ping pong mode, which is really important if you're using FL Studio. Make sure the ping pong is on, that it's using the panning to its full potential. I also EQ'd some of the frequencies out, so there's not too much low end going from your left to your right ear. As you can hear, as for the arrangement, I also added an extra arcade element to the beat, which is just a B section of the first MIDI file. So the instrument is exactly the same bank, but I just used some different notes to create like a little bit of ecstasy. I'm not talking about a drug, by the way, into the existence of our beat. Jeez, I'm sounding like some fucking philosopher or some shit like that. And when you put all of that together, you get the whole beat. Send this tutorial to a friend if it helped out. That helps me out tremendously, and I hope y'all have a nice day.